say dum 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 bum bum. Welcome to my channel. Okay guys, today we're going to go through my Inktober sketchbook. Sorry about the wet hair and no makeup. I'm half in a Wednesday Addams costume because we're going out into Brighton tonight. But anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoy all my drawings from this month and we'll just get right into it. I just thought I'd quickly show you some of the materials I used. So I used this mechanical pencil, some Faber-Castell pens, which are just like a fine tip drawing pen. I also used a lot of pencils, a lot of dark shade pencils, so this one was a 4B. I also used these shading ones, they're really good for getting the dark areas nice and smudgy. And I used Inktense pencils, which are really good because they're watercolour as well as just good kind of shading pencils. Some brush tip markers, some biro pens, which are actually really good for shading, so don't knock a good old biro. And this new set of gouache paints, which I'd never tried before, and I really like them. They've become one of my favourite mediums. And I also used lino. So day one was a vampire. I decided to do a vampire girl, and I've been exploring kind of character design because I'm getting into the idea of maybe creating a short graphic novel. So I've kind of been using this challenge as a kind of way of practicing styles of people. So yeah, that's what I decided to do day one. I also just wanted to use kind of the Halloweeny, classic Halloween colours, so we've got purple and orange and black. Day two was really fun to draw because I got some of these stencils that kind of have lots of different shapes in them, so I wanted to design like a kind of frame to go around my drawing, which kind of is, you know, it's part of the drawing, but it just looked really cool. And I basically just used pencil for this drawing and the smudging tool a lot, just to create something quite sort of surrealist, and I was actually really happy with the outcome. I thought it looked pretty spooky. Day three, and I wanted to use this challenge as well as a kind of way to show people the different mediums that I'm interested in. So I wanted to do something that was kind of handmade out of material, so I decided to sew a little bat, and I should have used something like felt because unfortunately this material frayed quite a lot, but I think it turned out okay as a little like Halloween decoration. It was quite cute. Oh, he looks quite good hanging from my tree. Day four, and I decided to do a lino print. So basically what you do for lino is you get this piece of like rubber and a cutting tool, and you cut out all the parts that you don't want the ink to show. So this is where the ink won't come into contact with the rubber, so that when you print it on the paper, you just see the ink parts. I could probably have explained that better, but I'm sure I'll make a video on it, or I might already have a video showing you some lino techniques. But anyway, this was really fun, and actually it came out, and I think it was one of my favourite Inktober designs. I just thought it looked really spooky and really rustic, which I'm kind of going for in my style. Day five was another kind of character design, and again I wanted to use kind of mostly sort of autumnal colours. So this is my little girl, Huntress, and she's got a little mouse in her hand. Lots of browns and oranges, autumnal colours. Day 6 was a black dog, and I decided to do like a mixed media design for this. So I used brush pens, pencil, some gold gel pens, and I used magic markers, which I haven't used them since I was a child, but it was good fun. Unfortunately it was a bit blurry, so it was out of focus. Day 7, yokai. Now, I didn't realise that one of the prompts was going to be a pumpkin guy, so this could have been one that I did a lot later, but I was pretty happy with how it turned out. I decided to go for another mixed media, so I used coloured pencils. I used some Caran d'Ache pencils this time, because in my set, in my Inktense set, they don't have like all of the shades that I wanted, so I went out and bought a few extra ones. And yeah, I used brush tips and fine line drawing pencils. Pens. Day 8 was a toad, and I just really enjoyed drawing this little toady guy with a little lily pad on his head. Wasn't particularly spooky, it was definitely more cute, but I just really enjoyed this one. I started watching The Dark Crystal whilst I was doing this, and boy is it good. I love stuff like that. It was really enjoyable. Off topic, sorry, but definitely give it a watch.
Here's my little froggy, all shiny. Well, he's meant to be a toad actually, but I'm pretty happy with him.
Day 9, Coven, and I was really happy with this one too. This was just coloured pencils, fine line pens, and using the mechanical pencil to sketch it out, and it turned out really kind of like children's book illustration-y, and I might even carry on with these characters and make a little children's illustration, because I think it would be really cute to have a little woodland coven of creatures. So yeah, I was pretty happy with this one. Had nice hair in this too, space buns.
A little coven of woodland creatures. It's a very cute coven.
Day 10, got to the double figures. I used Alphonse Mucha as a inspiration for this when I came to draw my witch, because he draws like really dark outlines and lots of like fine line detail and stuff on the inside of the drawing, and then like a really bold outline goes around the edge, and I just really love that style of drawing. So I decided to do kind of a woodland kind of looking witch, and I'm pretty happy with her. Day 11, and it was tarot, and I was really looking forward to this one, but unfortunately when I sort of came to do it, I just couldn't think of anything. So I just kind of winged it a little bit and decided to do some cat themed tarot cards, but I think it turned out kind of cute. Day 12, and this was a bit of a weird one as well. Like, I just started painting and kind of let it take me where it took me. So like I did like this little ghosty kind of guy with a tail holding a pineapple wearing a crown, because why not? Day 13, I think it was. Yes, day 13 was a chimera, and although I had definitely had to look this up because I didn't know what a chimera was, and I still don't because Connie isn't, but any Big Mouth fans out there, I just read on the internet that it was like a female cat-like monster, and I just instantly thought of Connie. So, and plus I just really wanted to draw her, and I thought I did an alright job. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that one too. Day 14 was laboratory, and this is like I think it was my first time trying out the gouache paints. And I love the fact that you can go from dark to light like you can with oil paints, because it just makes it an awful lot easier. And they come out really bright and vibrant, but they can also be kind of watery like watercolours too, so they're kind of the best of the paint world in my opinion. And I just wanted to create like a really sort of spooky atmospheric laboratory. I probably could have carried on with this one for ages, just adding lots of little details, but I just knew I was a bit sort of restricted for time, so I kind of left it a little bit halfway through. But I really enjoyed doing this one, and I thought it came out quite cool. So yeah, really like the paints a lot. Oh yeah, day 15 was a cheat. I used an old drawing I did, but I still think it's cool. It didn't get much of a showcase on Instagram a few years ago, so I thought I'd rehash it. Day 16 was a poison plant, so I decided to do another lino print, and I took inspiration from the book Palms, just to find some nice kind of plant shapes to look at, and it came out okay, but I definitely think my first lino was better. It was, yeah, kind of cool, but better. Yeah, so day 17 was Taxol Worm. I had to look this one up as well, because I don't know many mythical creatures apparently, but I wanted to do this one a bit more in my style, because I'd kind of been following the prompts but not doing them in my kind of with my own interests, so I decided to do like a Celtic shape with this one, and I'm super happy with the way it turned out, just because it's definitely more my style, and I don't know, I just really like it. It looks kind of Scottishy, you know, it's got the kind of oldie looking vibes, so yeah, I'm really happy with that one. It's definitely more me than some of these drawings. Day 18 was Willow the Wisp. This was just a little fun one, and again I used those biros. I got like a pack of sort of pastel coloured biros, and I just really like them. They're great for blending and sort of doing hair, like they're good at doing sort of the texture of hair, so definitely give them a try if you've never tried shading with biros. Yeah, and I think she turned out rather cute. So the day I did the poison plant, I also made a kind of monoprint. So this was my day 18. I just used the ink that was left over on the plate, and you just sort of scratch out a design on the back, and this is what I got, and I thought it was rather cool. Day 20, this one was fairly self-explanatory as well. It was just a pencil and pen drawing, so pencil and fine line pen drawing. So I just decided to do a little witch sitting in the moonlight reading a book, which was just a fun little Halloweeny spooky one to do. I was getting kind of excited for Halloween at that point, so I just wanted to channel the vibes into my artwork. I did a lot of crosshatch shading as well. Day 21, Werewolf, and this is probably my least favourite drawing. I don't know what I was going for. I just decided to do kind of pen and pencil. Again, I was trying to go for a spooky kind of drawing, but I just don't know. I wasn't feeling it. Day 22, Siren. And this was another character test for me because I wanted to try more like darker skin tones with the pencils, because I've tried shading skin tones before, but I've never really got them like looking realistic, so I went out and bought a few more tones as well. Sorry, my voice is really croaky. There we go. So yeah, I went out and bought some nice tones and some nice other like turquoisey shades for the water, and yeah, I just tried out this little mermaid. I know it's supposed to be Siren, but I'm not actually sure what the difference is between a siren and a mermaid. Maybe one of you can tell me in the comments. I should have looked it up. Yeah, so day, what is this? 22, I think. And I made another drawing that was kind of more my style. It's like a creature, but in the sort of nice shape. And yeah, it's a pen and brushed pen and pencil drawing, and I was quite happy with it. So these are days 24 and 25, and I used the same technique for both. I just used my mechanical pencil and a blending tool to create two spooky little characters, and I quite like them. They sort of remind me of those pop head, or they bobblehead drawings, I'm not really sure, but we got La Llorona and creature from the Black Lagoon. Day 26, Huli Jing. I also had to look this up, but apparently it's a 9-tailed fox. Mine only had 4 because I couldn't be bothered to draw 9. No, it's not because I couldn't be bothered. I just thought too many tails would make it worse. And I just wanted to do kind of a nice drawing for this one. So like I've got him like in the sky, a bit like a sort of spirit animal, like floating through the sky with stars and plants and things like that. Just something pretty that I enjoyed drawing a lot. And I used the gouache paints for this as well. Day 27, Stranger Things. I enjoyed this one a lot as well, so I went for a season 2 look for 11, and the season 1 like alphabet that Winona Ryder writes out on her wall with all the fairy lights. And fun fact, I actually looked up those fairy lights to try and get the right colours in the right order. Kind of sad. No, it was good. It was good fun drawing this, and I also got elves surrounded by Eggos. So yeah, I was pretty happy with the jeans especially. They came out good. Day 28 was another cheat. This was a lino print I did a while back, but I thought it was just perfect and pretty good for the prompt. So yeah. Day 29 was Pumpkin Guy, and I had been saving my pumpkin for this very reason. I wanted to do like a little pumpkin scarecrow on a pumpkin. So it's like a pumpkin in a pumpkin. Pumpkinception. No. And I just decided to use the lino cutters on it because you can get like a really good kind of lighter, darker effect with it. So I was pretty proud of that. Day 30 was Creepy Candy. This one was a bit of a meh one for me, but I just used all of the colours of all of the pens in my pencil case and just decided to do something that was super colourful and sweet looking. Yeah, it was okay. I think I could have done something a bit more exciting, but hey. It really made me want to snack on sweets as well, which wasn't good. And then the final day was Trick or Treat, and I couldn't think of anything for this. I didn't really feel like drawing another character, so I just decided to look up some oldie English writing and just kind of decorate the writing around it. So we got Trick or Treat, so on the trick word we've got some kind of bats and snails and slugs and frogs and things, and then on the treat we've got all things nice like birds and candy and a yo-yo and things like that. So anyway, that concludes my drawings from this month of Inktober. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry it's super late, but it took me a very long time to put this video together, and I hope it was kind of okay. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Well done if you got all the way through to the end. Bye.